Now's the best time to experience Mazda with tremendous savings at Team Mazda. For a limited time, get 0% financing on a new Mazda CX-5 or Mazda CX-90 and make no payments for 90 days. Save thousands right now at Team Mazda on Airline.
Good morning. 7:03 on a Friday, the 13th, no less.
Yeah. That's right.
Spooky.
Very.
Do you guys believe in that?
Not at all.
Really?
Well, I don't know. I kind of did temporarily this morning.
Okay.
But now
that's right. The computer.
Yeah.
Well,
My man has some computer stuff,
You
and he
walked
solved
underneath his Doppler and everything's fine.
Is that how it works?
Don't walk under
I think
the
that's how it
Is it a
works.
ladder?
Okay.
But now I'm becoming more of a non-believer. Things are good now. So,
Okay,
yeah.
we like that.
So, you hear Friday the 13th, and folks, nowadays they go back to like the horror movies, Friday the 13th. But, I mean, there's some theory and myth to the origins of Friday the 13th. Y'all know those?
Well, I do know that on the ship we were on, the Carnival Valor, there's no 13th deck.
Well, a lot of folks don't have one. Well, a lot of folks.
They go,
Buildings
the
don't
elevator
have,
goes from 12 to 14.
yeah, 13 floors in a building or 13
Absent.
rows in an
Okay.
airplane, that kind
They
of
do.
thing. But there's a couple of, I think the two most talked about theories or myths, whatever you want to talk about, goes back to like 1300s. The Knights Templar, the King of France goes after him, takes him out, all on that same day, all over Europe. And so the Knights Templar on Friday the 13th, maybe there's some validity to that. Or you go even further back to perhaps the Last Supper. And it is Jesus, the 12 disciples, so 13 people at the table,
Yep.
last one there. Judas, and then the next day, Jesus crucified,
Yes.
and on a Friday.
Yes.
And so maybe you go back that way to the Friday the 13th, or you're is it Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th? The
Yes.
movies. Maybe you're
Lots
that guy.
of lore back to look on, but whatever version of it you believe in, it's Friday.
This Friday.
No less.
Y'all got plans for weekends and stuff?
Oh, well, we're going to go to the parade and watch and throw stuff.
That's
and
right.
watch
That's it.
Liz and
You and Jared tomorrow.
Yes, the Cortana Kiwanis Christmas Parade set to roll 5:30 downtown Baton Rouge. It's going to air here on WAFB on
Right.
Christmas Day at 9 in the morning, but tomorrow is the day we're going to tape it. All the parades, more than 50 different floats are going to be out there.
And y'all gonna be like the Macy's Day Parade people, where you stand up there with the little wraps on. Although it may not be warm enough for the big coats
For
and mittens.
Pashmina?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Get something, right? Cashmina.
Yes, I wish it was cold enough.
Y'all gonna have so much fun.
I think it always is to see all the different floats and the parades. A great time for the city to come out. A time to say thank you to our first responders who are in the parade too.
Oh,
by
so good.
the way, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Oh, nice. See?
That is a
time of year.
guarantee.
So we were talking about some of the Christmas parades in the past and how they were covered in the past, and one of our senior directors, Bobby May, was telling stories of a couple anchors back in the day, kind of emceeing the parade, that kind of thing, and the folks, the powers that be, wanted to make it look like it was snowing in South Louisiana, and it wasn't. And so they chopped up like bits of potato. Why potato? I have no idea.
It's cheap. I'm assuming because
Is
it's
that what it
cheap.
is?
That's
And they didn't
my
want like
assumption.
confetti or something.
Yeah.
And so they had it in like a big old box above them, and they were going to sprinkle that down. But it rained on them. It rained, and so it rained on the potato chips at that point, and you had some starchy goo. That's just. What in the world was the thought process?
Wet potatoes just
Wet
leaking
potato
on them.
goo.
Yeah.
No,
Remember in the
thanks.
70s, you have these boxes of potato flakes, and you make
That's
the
what it
mashed
is.
potatoes.
Yeah.
And that's
That's
what I
what
think
it
it
was.
was.
There you
Yes.
go.
Because it really does look like snow until it rains.
Well, high quality production value here, clearly.
If you look up and you see the, get out.
I'm running.
Yeah.
I'm running. And
Or-
now you've been forewarned. You know what's
I
happening
get a
behind the
bowl with
scenes
some butter
too.
in it and get ready.
Ooh. You know, that's actually now, from what I've seen on the internet, on TikTok,
Yeah.
that's a prank. Well, a lover's quarrel,
What?
ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, they broke up. So you know the instant potatoes
Yeah.
and some of that?
Sure.
Well, after the breakup, girlfriend sprays it all over, pours it all in the yard. Next rain, you got a whole yard full of mashed potatoes
God.
growing in the front
Just
yard.
everywhere potatoes?
Everywhere.
Okay, that's interesting.
It sounds like a dream and delicious, but not until you got to sludge through it to get to your
Oh
car.
my God.
Now, that's a good one.
We didn't give
That's-
you any ideas.
Plant
I'm
that
just saying.
seed.
I'm just saying.
We're not saying do that.
Yes.
We are saying, though, get out this weekend, today, Saturday, and Sunday, and enjoy it. The rain's not going to be too crazy, that kind of thing. A little bit here and there. It actually is going to be pretty good. You got a sunrise showing up right now, Henry.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking great out there right now. Sunrise was at 6:53 this morning, but for the moment, we are looking good out there across South Louisiana, looking at the mighty Mississippi right now. As for the Baton Rouge area, still holding tight to 46 degrees. Eventually, we are going to be warming up. In fact, it is going to be unseasonably warm as we go into the weekend. Wind not that bad for today, mainly out of the east around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And your day planner calls for a mostly cloudy sky throughout much of the day. We are going to be in the 40s for at least the next couple of hours, and then by the end of the day, we should be topping out in the 60s. Winter, the solstice, kicks off at next Saturday, and that's going to be at 3 o'clock in the morning. But nonetheless, 8 more days left until we officially kick off winter, and there are hints that we will be seeing at least lower than normal temperatures as we go into the start of winter. But for now, nothing really to worry about, just cloud cover pushing through, not expecting any rain, but a cold front well off to our west is going to bring a chance for a couple of showers to parts of the state. But take a look at this. For today, nothing to worry about. We'll be in the mid-60s. Any rain out in West Louisiana for today. Here's that cold front. Now watch what's going to happen here for tomorrow afternoon. Maybe a sprinkle or two, but on the cloudier side and mostly dry. Now that cold front is not going to make it into South Louisiana. In fact, warmer air is going to push it farther northward and become more dominant, and that's also going to aid in warmer temperatures as well. You remember I was talking about those 70s? Well, they're going to be here all weekend long, but the weather not going to be a problem for the Gus Young Christmas Parade for tomorrow morning and afternoon, let alone the Denham Springs Christmas Parade. Mostly 60s and 70s throughout the day. Here's your weekend outlook. Bump the high up to 74 for your Saturday. Sunday, on the other hand, Johnny, look at that. Kind of flirting with the 80-degree mark, but I don't think we're going to make it there, but we'll come kind of close.
Love those parades, staggered times. Go to Gus Young, run out to Denham, come back to the Baton Rouge Cortana Kiwanis Club Christmas Parade. It's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow. And like you said, decent weather for it. I-10, here's what's happening right now on our interstates. 12's getting a little slower coming out of Denham. I-10 all the way into the downtown area. Bridge traffic's lightened up a little bit. We have the eastbound closure to tell you about, remind you about. That's going to be Saturday night, though. 10 o'clock Saturday night to 5 o'clock Sunday morning this weekend. This little bitty portion of I-12 eastbound going out toward Denham will be closed right at the 1012. Full closure, easy detour. Stay on I-10, get up to Essen Lane northbound, get right back on I-12 eastbound at the Archives building, and it's a very easy detour, and I think traffic will behave that late at night, 10p to 5a. They'll wrap that up Sunday morning. It is 7:10 with our Zen moment right here. We do this every morning. It's our WAFB 9 News Now broadcast on WAFB Plus. We'll leave you with this shot as we go to a quick short break. Our WAFB, our Lady Lake Sky 9 camera from Port Allen looking at Baton Rouge. Morning, folks.
Before you leave us here, a few things going on today and into the weekend we want to fill you in about, including some graduations. So congratulations. To get you up to the bluff, Liz, they got some undergrads graduating at 10 o'clock this morning. They actually just graduated some with their master's degree and their doctoral degrees yesterday up there. So congratulations to the Jags. But it's not just the Jags with the graduation ceremony.
That's it. Today, undergraduates are graduating at 10 a.m. there at the Mini Dome. Let's also take you to BRCC. We're at the Magnolia Theater today at 10, same time. You'll have the BRCC pinning ceremony for nurses.
10, noon, and 2.
Yes.
They got 3 of them.
3 different waves of graduations today.
That's a lot of pinning going on.
It is. And you future nurses, thank you. We need you out there.
Let's talk about fortifying, or this BRPD releasing some new details today about that deadly Swan Avenue shooting. You know exactly what we're talking about here. An 8-year-old was killed here. A couple of the siblings hurt in all this as well. What are the very latest details to be released today? We expect to hear that from BRPD. Liz, this is a the whole city, the whole South Louisiana watching this story.
Truly. So at 10 a.m. today, we're expecting to learn those details. Stay with us here on the 9 News app. We're going to send out those updates to you on your phone. Let's also talk about the Fortify Roofs Home Program. Matt Venezia was live talking about this a couple months ago here. They're actually expanding this program to allow for 1,500 additional users and applicants. So the program administrators are saying to check your email to complete the application process. Because they're expanding that round, they want you to make sure you finish out that application process so they can notify you if you've qualified.
Something that Matt was talking about this morning, actually, savings bonds. You ever purchase one of those and maybe kind of forget about it? Well, guess what? The federal government still has a bunch of that money just sitting there waiting to be returned. Matt, again, check out this story, was talking about how U.S. Senator John Kennedy is trying to get the Treasury Department to, yes, get that money back to the pockets where it belongs. If you want to read a bit more about it, how to find out if you've got any of that coming your way, check out Matt's story.
It's the season of giving, so let's remind you here about some giveaways that are happening today. Starting in less than an hour, Councilman Darrell Hurst is getting together with Companion Animal Alliance to give away pet food. It's on a first-come, first-served basis happening at the Charles R. Kelly Community Center. Keep in mind, it's a drive-through style giveaway. It is 1 bag of dog food per car.
Hey, let's stuff a truck, shall we? In the best of ways, Christmas Stuff a Truck, BRFD putting this on. You can go to any of the fire departments in the area, including the headquarters out there near the airport, Bogan, the museum on downtown on Laurel Street even as well. So they're looking for gifts between 13 and 16-year-olds, unwrapped. If you got the means, please make your way out and donate.
So that's one of many different Christmas events happening across the WAFB viewing area. The digital team has a great story talking about all the Christmas 2024 giveaway, toys drives. There's so many ways to give back or to receive here in the area. If you're looking for an upcoming opportunity, this is the best way to stay on top of all things Christmas and holidays and toy giveaways. Less than 2 weeks away till Christmas now, guys. Can you believe it?
When you give back, you often receive.
That's
Absolutely.
it.
That's how it
You are
works.
so right about that.
That's how it works.
It feels good to do that too.
It does. It does. Just the ability to give and make sure and understand you're putting a smile on the face or just making somebody's day, that day, a little bit easier, a little bit brighter. Yeah, it works.
We'll take every bit of that.
You're right.
Refocus.
Ooh. Henry, will it feel like Christmas by the time we get to Christmas?
Looking like it may actually will be in the 50s, so fingers crossed. Just no snow though.
Right.
Celebrate the season and the savings during Toyotathon at Team Toyota. Right now, get 2.99% financing on new 24 and 25 Tundras, or get a new 25 Camry for just $329 a month. The time to save is right now during Toyotathon at Team Toyota.